The relationship between India and Canada was once considered to be relatively stable and amicable, with a bilateral commercial relationship valued at a substantial $100 billion. But of late, the relationship got estranged over the Khalistan issue and killing of a Khalistani separatist leader in Canada. Signaling a further soaring of bilateral ties, Canada on Monday expelled an Indian diplomat in the country. The expulsion comes in the wake of Canadian PM Justin Trudeau's statement alleging an Indian hand in the killing of the wanted Khalistani leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. However, no further details on the diplomat's name or the place from where he was expelled were made known. Earlier on Monday, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused the Indian government of being behind the fatal shooting of the wanted Khalistani leader. Nijjar, who was wanted in India, was gunned down outside a Gurudwara in a parking area in Canada's Surrey, British Columbia on June 18th. Hailing from Barsinghpur village in Punjab's Jalandhar, Nijjar was based in Surrey and had been declared absconder by India's National Investigation Agency. According to CBC News, Canada PM Trudeau said his country's national security officials had reasons to believe that agents of the Indian government carried out the killing of the Canadian citizen, who also served as the president of Surrey's Guru Nanak Sikh Gurudwara. He also urged the Indian government to cooperate with Canada to get the bottom of this matter. He added that some Indo-Canadians were angry and perhaps frightened right now over the killing. But in a tit-for-tat reaction, India on Tuesday expelled a senior Canadian diplomat to India. The move comes after India rejected as absurd and motivated Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's charge. The diplomat, identified as Olivier Sylvester, has been asked to leave India within the next 5 days. The decision reflects the government of India's growing concern at the interference of Canadian diplomats in our internal matters and their involvement in anti-India activities, the External Affairs Ministry said. Moreover, India rejected allegations made by Trudeau in the Canadian Parliament. Allegations of the Indian government's involvement in any act of violence in Canada are absurd and motivated. Similar allegations were made by the Canadian Prime Minister to our Prime Minister and were completely rejected, said the official release. India is a democratic polity with a strong commitment to the rule of law. Such unsubstantiated allegations seek to shift the focus from Khalistani terrorists and extremists who have been provided shelter in Canada and continue to threaten India's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The inaction of the Canadian government on this matter has been a long-standing and continuing concern. The release states that Canadian political figures have openly expressed sympathy for such elements and that remain a matter of deep concern. The space given in Canada to a range of illegal activities, including murders, human trafficking, and organized crime, is not new. We urge the Government of Canada to take prompt and effective legal action against all anti-India elements operating from their soil, read the release. The new law has sent relations between Canada and India, which is already soared, to a dramatic new low. Tensions between the two nations had flared further earlier this month during the G20 summit in Delhi, which Mr. Trudeau attended. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed strong concerns about continuing anti-India activities of extremist elements in Canada during a meeting with his Canadian counterpart. Earlier this month, Canada suspended negotiations on a trade deal with India that were scheduled to have been concluded this year because of the assassination allegations. During the G20 meet, PM Modi excluded Mr. Trudeau from the list of leaders with whom he held formal bilateral meetings. In Canada, there are about 1.4 million Canadians of Indian origin, many of whom are Sikhs. They include Jagmeet Singh, the leader of the opposition, New Democratic Party, which is keeping Mr. Trudeau's minority government in power. At a news conference in June, investigators from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police said Nijjar had been ambushed by masked men. But they didn't say whether the attack appeared politically motivated. Nijjar was known for his advocacy of the creation of an independent Sikh nation, Khalistan, that would include parts of India's Punjab state, and India had declared him a wanted terrorist.